Hey there. Today there is a full moon in Taurus. The exact full moon is 5:19 a.m. Pacific time. And with the exact full moon, we have the energy of Taurus really speaking to us. So I want to sink into the vibe of today's full moon. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Wednesday, November 5th, and we have this Taurus energy in the midst of a lot of change, a lot of disruption, a lot of destabilization, a lot of possibility, a lot of opportunity, but also a lot of change and a lot of needing to let go and pressure to become something new, right? Pressure to change, pressure to process what's moving inside of us, pressure to process things that are happening in the world around us. And it's a lot. And so this full moon says, remember that you are first and foremost a person, right? You are a simple human being trying to be human in this complicated world. So, what, as a simple human being, do you need? And how can you remember what it means to simply embody yourself, simply to be alive, to do the things that you do day to day? And just remember that simple experience of being human. You are, in fact, an animal like like all the other non-human animals, right? We are creatures of the earth. We respond to the rhythms of the cycle of day and night. We respond to the rhythms of the seasons. We respond in our bodies. We need to eat, right? We need food. We have these really basic needs for food, shelter, rest, warmth, human connection, even, right? So, what are those really basic human needs that you have as a human being? And how can you remember and attend to that simple need to be human? And so, as we connect with what it means to be human and what we need as human beings, it helps us to to come back into ourselves, to embody ourselves, to process what's going on around us. And so finding that simple place of peace, of harmony, of what what makes you feel good, pleasures of the world. Taurus loves pleasure, and pleasure has a role to play in our human experience. We need pleasure. Pleasure reminds us that the world and the earth is a good place. So, what gives you pleasure? And how are you receiving pleasure and information and all your needs, getting your needs met by receiving through your senses? So, Taurus says, get out of your head, get out of your feelings, even, right? Get out of all the distractions and remember to simply be a rock, right? Taurus is very rocky, in the sense of really connecting with rock energy, right? What do rocks do? They just sit there. They don't do anything. They don't even really need to feel a whole lot, right? Maybe they feel wet sometimes or dry sometimes or cold or whatever, but they're just hanging out there. Just that's all they do, right? So what are you as a human being? And add your name, right? Put your name on that. What does it mean to be, fill in the blank of your name? Because as you embody yourself, there are certain ways that you are here to be alive in the physical world. And so Taurus reminds us to receive the information that is around us through our senses. So again, we're not in our heads. We're not processing information. We're not trying to understand. We are not even really worrying about how it makes us feel so much as that it just feels good. That so so find the things that feel good. And it could be listening to music. It could be reading a favorite book. It could be buying yourself flowers. It could be making yourself a nice meal. But whatever it is, whatever you choose to do for yourself in listening to through the energy of this full moon to the energy of the world around you, whatever you do, take that moment to receive and to receive the information that is coming in through your senses, receive the pleasure, receive the value of what it is you're choosing to spend time with. And maybe you don't have a whole lot of choice, right? Maybe you have a busy day planned or something, but within that busy day, you can take a moment to appreciate what is good about it. And that is what this Taurus full moon is reminding us of. There are people who, you enjoy spending time with. There are moments of peace or pleasure. There are things that you enjoy working on. There are things you might enjoy doing or participating in. So, whatever that is, and maybe it's a conversation, but and that's mental, right? It's also feeling based, but the point is if it's a conversation, focus on how your body feels during that conversation and what it's telling you about what feels good and what doesn't feel good. And, even if you don't have a choice right in that moment to only choose what feels good, at least you're noticing, you're learning something, you're paying attention, going, wow, that didn't feel very good, or that did feel good. And I want to have more of that. And so when we feed our gratitude, feed the things we love our gratitude, and we remember to thank them and appreciate them and say, thank you for being here. Thank you, flowers, for being beautiful. Thank you, food, for nourishing my body. Thank you, poetry, for nourishing my soul. Thank you, whatever person you really enjoy or is valuable to you. Thank you to that person, to that animal, to that plant, right? When we appreciate and have gratitude, then we are communicating with ourselves and the world around us. Here is what works for me. Here is what nourishes me. Here is what cares for me at deep levels. And then we have that food for our bodies and also food for our souls that helps us to thrive, that helps us to be the best we can be. So, this Taurus full moon is a reminder to connect through your senses, to seek what makes you feel good, to experience pleasure, to at least get curious about what is unfolding around you and how it makes your body feel. And even just noticing that is a way of engaging your body, which is what this full moon is about. It's not about your mind or your feelings. It's earthy. So, what does your body know? How does your body know things? And how does it feel to be alive? What do you enjoy about being alive, about being human, about your humanness, including your vulnerable qualities, right? Being human is not always about being perfect, as we know. So you get to be human, right? You get to simply be and accept yourself and recognize that that is what it is. That is the simplicity of life. And this is a good day and a good full moon to remember that simplicity and to embody that simplicity. I had a in-depth video on Sunday about taking your power back And this full moon and the energy of this full moon. So, from that bigger picture perspective, if you want that, food for your mind, if that feeds you and you enjoy that, you can review or watch that video for more about the energies and the bigger picture and the alignments that are taking place this week and around this full moon, the shift of Mars from Scorpio to Sagittarius. So all of that is available in that in-depth video, Taking Back Your Power, and Mars opposition to Uranus. So much that's shifting and changing and awakening around us. So anyway, for a deeper dive, check out that video. And I also have a wonderful guided meditation for working with the energy of this full moon. The link to that is included in the description for this video. It's also, as all of my guided meditations are always listed on astrologyheals.com under products. You can find the guided meditations there. So astrologyheals.com. And today's Taurus full moon specific guided meditation for today's energy is there that can support you in deepening into this connection with your senses, with beauty, with pleasure, and with that feeling of being alive from that very simple human perspective. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and that guided meditation will be in the description for this video. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com and more about my classes and other content at transformationalastrology.com. Thanks for being here and subscribing. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for listeners here and for all your wonderful comments and likes. And I feel it and I appreciate it. Thanks for being here, and I will see you next time.